Hello, my technical drawing and design class. We are finishing up in this video the Georgian house assignment number 4, floor plan interior features. If you have not already caught that very long video, which was the first half of it, that got us through the first 9 steps. In this video, we will be finishing up steps 10 through 13. And these steps are actually going to be a lot easier to deal with. Uh, the instructions are going to give us at points some very in-depth information. At other points, it's going to leave it up to us to figure out. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into this. I have my file open, my interior features, and again, I have steps 1 through 9 done. So step 10 says locate the jambs. Offset the walls to locate the jambs, extend, trim, or use grips to complete. Match the properties as needed to match the properties of the jambs to the properties of their respective walls. So in short, we're going to get these jambs offset, and then we're going to go ahead and match the colors or properties to whichever wall that they are on. Now, what I have found is sometimes I even draw lines that are not already on there and then go ahead and plan to erase them. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with all these exterior walls because they're kind of done the same way. I'm going to go right off the center line. And if you look at our drawing here, I'm going to start with this door right down here. And what it shows is that this door is a 3-foot wide door. So if that's a 3-foot wide door and it's centered in my wall here, then I can actually use the center line. I'm going to draw a line tool. I'm going to come right off the center. And that doesn't seem to want to work. Okay. Oh, there's endpoints here. That's even better. So let's grab the line tool. There we go. Got my endpoint. I come up to the next endpoint. Press escape. So now I have this line that I can offset either direction. If this is a 3-foot door wide, that means it's going to be 1.5 feet each direction. So I can take my offset tool. I can go 1 foot 6 inches. We'll select my little line here. Yes, I want the yellow line. Take it that direction, and then anytime lines start to show overlap, it'll ask you which line is it that you want to grab. I want to grab this yellow line again. Come there, escape. I'm going to grab that little yellow line and get rid of it. Perfect. I now have the jambs. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do one other thing, which is inside of this, on all the exterior walls, we keep the lead edge of the door, but we get rid of the inside edge. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim that down, just like that. I have that jamb. I can now go ahead and select all of these, and these should all be exterior walls. Walls exterior, escape. Perfect. Let me go to the next one. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to be doing this. Actually, I'm going to go all the way to the top here first. Because this is the exact same thing. I grab that endpoint. I have my line. Perfect. I am now going to offset this thing. Once again, it's a 3-foot wall, so I'm going to offset it 1 foot 6 inches, which is what it says there. Grab this line, yellow, offset 1 foot 6. Grab this line, yellow, offset 1 foot 6. Escape. Grab that little yellow line. What the yellow one? Thank you. Delete it. And then trim. Perfect. Now, on the side doors here, these are 3-foot pairs, which means that I'm going to be offsetting that same way I did it before, but I'm going to be doing it for 3 feet because these are double doors that are on either side. So grab my line tool, I'm going to come right in here, grab this endpoint, perfect, escape. This time I'm going to offset this thing 3 feet. Set, yes, the yellow line up 3 feet, and the yellow line down 3 feet. Escape. And do I want to get rid of that one yet? Yeah, that'll be fine. Delete. And then trim. Perfect. Match my properties. So these are exterior walls. Walls exterior. Nice. And let's do the same thing over here. A line going right down here, endpoint to endpoint. Because again, those are 2 different lines. We're going to offset. This is again a 3-foot pair. So I could type in for my offset distance 3 foot. Tail line, go up, same idea, go down, escape, get rid of that center line, the yellow one, and then trim this down, escape, and match the properties. These two need to be exterior walls. Okay, so those are the jambs on the outside. Let's get the doors on the inside. So what we're going to have to do is use a little bit more of the measurements that show up inside of here. I'm not going to keep lifting the sheet of paper up. I'm just going to be working off of these, but I will reference them. Okay, so let's see what we got here. It tells me that for the door that's right here, this thing needs to come down from this exterior wall. It needs to come down 6 foot 8 inches. So the easiest way I know to do this, we're on the wall exterior, good. I am going to draw a line right here because this is where I want it to come down from, right there at that spot. So from here, oops, I want to offset 6 foot 8 inches. And that's the one I want to offset. Escape, and get rid of that little line that I put in temporarily. And I know that this line is in the right spot. My gap, or actually I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side because these things match. So once again, it's going to be a little line right here. Escape, offset it, 6 foot 8 inches, 6 foot 8 inches. There we go. Grab this line and offset it down. Escape, get rid of this little line right here. Now, both of these doors, they have a 3-foot swing and opening. So all I need to do is grab my offset tool. I know these are going to be 3 foot. I'm going to offset down, just like that. And that gave me my 3-foot openings. Now I just need to do is come through and trim out. Remember, when you grab your trim tool, you'll have to grab your selecting lines and then trim the opening. There we go. And then we match the properties. And so let's go ahead and grab all 4 of these real quick. And these were on matching the wall exterior. There we go. So those two openings are done. Let's go through. We could do the wash closet next and the closet. Both of these, it tells us in the instructions here that the offset jams 2 inches from each side of the wall. So we're going to be offsetting 2 inches this way and 2 inches that way. And then the doors are 2'6". So first let's make our offsets for our jams, for our first set of jams. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw both of these lines right now, so you can get a general idea. This is the first one, escape. Here's my second one, line tool, thank you, escape. There we go. And again, these are just temporary. I need to offset these things 2 inches. So offset 2 inches. This one goes up 2 inches. This one comes down 2 inches. And then I can get rid of my temporary lines. Perfect. So I have that little jam right there. And then both of these doors are 2'6". So I offset again, 2'6". As you can tell, doing these jams, we're doing a ton of offsetting. So 2'6" for that one, 2'6" for that one. Press escape. I'm trimming. Again, grab my trim lines and then trim these openings. Just like that. Make sure I get this other one right here too. Still trimming. Perfect. And that is the water closet. Now I have to make sure that these lines match the properties. And even though this is an interior wall, we took this main hallway and we used that on the exterior. So make sure that we match that to exterior. Okay. Our next door, we'll grab these big double doors. They're going to go right here. These are a 3-foot pair. According to my diagram across the bottom, I come up 4'8" from this wall right here. I come up 4'8". So again, I'll draw a temporary line. Press escape. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side because I have 2 sets of doors that match. Perfect. I'm going to offset these things. Once again, it says, according to our diagram, 4'8". 4'8". So offset 4'8". Enter. And bring this one up. There we go. Bring this one up. Perfect. Escape. I can delete this. I can delete this one because those were just temporary lines. And now I have 2 3-foot pairs. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick to do on this, and hopefully it's going to help you out. We're going to offset again. We know these are 3-foot pair doors, so 3 foot is our offset. We're going to offset once, offset twice on both sides, offset once, offset twice. Perfect. We're going to trim these openings, but when we trim this, I want to leave this temporary line here. And there's a reason for that, which I'll get to in a second. When we start to do the swings, we're going to come back to these little lines. Just remember that they are there temporarily. We just need to match our walls real quick. And these were all walls exterior. Perfect. And then we have this last door that comes off 2 foot 8 inches from this wall. It's going to come up 2 foot 8 inches. So I'm going to draw a little line right here. Escape. I want to offset this thing. 2 foot 8 inches. Line, bring it in, 2 foot 8. Escape. And oddly enough, the door is 2 foot 8, so I just do that one more time. 2 foot 8 inches. Time. So it gives me my opening. Escape. And I'm going to trim out the lines that I don't need. 1, 2, 3. And this is an interior wall, so it can stay on the wall's interior. So this has given us all the jams for this. Let me go ahead and save this. This is step 10 that is done. We're now going to get to step 11, which is the doors. It says make the doors the current layer. So we're going to come up here, doors, perfect. It says ortho on, O snaps on. So ortho's on, there we go. Draw doors only to the correct length. Make sure that you draw the door so that the entire length is in the room in which it swings. Do not draw the door over the top of the jam. So what we're talking about here, let's go through with all of my 3 foot doors. Yep, we'll go with all my 3 foot doors, which is most of them. I'm just going to draw a line from this point here into the room. I'm just going to do 3 foot. Enter. Escape. Keep on doing this for all these doors. 3 foot. Go. Here's this door. 3 foot. Score the other half of the swing. Going off the end point. 3 foot. Perfect. This one coming in. 3 foot. Perfect. And pull in. For this corner, coming in 3 foot. Perfect. Let's see here. Line tool. Which way does this door swing? Make sure I get it the right way. Yep, this point. Coming up 3 foot. Enter. We'll come back to that door. We're getting all the 3 foot doors here. So we'll come to exterior. 3 foot. Perfect. This one here. 3 foot. Perfect. Up here. Which way these doors swing? Make sure you put the door swinging in the right direction. So 3 foot. Tab, enter. This one swings the opposite direction. 3 foot. Tab, enter. And this one, line tool, right here. Down. 3 foot. Tab, enter. Apparently, I guess when I did these before, I did not put these two on the exterior wall. I made a mistake earlier. Ooh. Walls, exterior. There you go. All right, but all my doors are on the doors layer. So we're looking good. We still have this one last wall right here, and our door, and this one is 2 foot 8 inches. So I'm going to come off of, looks like this point right here, come up 2 foot 8 inches. All right, so those are all of my doors without the swings. That is step 11. So step 11, we should be looking like this. We can go ahead and save it and go to step 12. So step 12, we're going to do the door swings. And what we're really talking about with this is which way does the actual door movement go. Uh, what we're going to be using is the arc tool, which is right here. If you do the basic arc, it is not going to work the way you want it to do. What you want is to use this one called center start end. And what that means is the first point that we select, it's actually not even on the arc. It's just a reference point that would be the center of a circle around the arc. And then the arc draws in a counterclockwise motion. We'll just hit the two endpoints. So we're going to use that for all of these arcs here. It's going to give us some really pretty arcs. So that's what we're going to be doing there. Yes, yes. That's basically everything it says right there through 12. All that text basically is just telling us the same thing. Okay. So let's go through and draw these arcs, and then we'll color them up. So we have our arc. We're going to grab where those hinges would be. And remember, these things draw in a counterclockwise motion. So for this one here, this 3 foot, I could just go ahead and type 3 foot. That's one way to do it. Enter, and come to the end of my door on the endpoint. Press escape. Perfect. Do the same thing for the next one. Where my jam is. Top of the door. And now to the intersection. Escape. I'm just going to do all these exterior. Let's just go and do them all here. Now, the reason I left these lines here, again, we can do these two different ways. Grabbing the arc tool, I'm going to come from this hinge. I can come right to this point, click, click, and just know that I have to, once again, get rid of this little guideline. Grab my arc tool again, right where the hinge would be, working counterclockwise, and I have a pretty little swing for my door. Where the hinge is, top of the door, to the edge, perfect. And again, if I didn't want to use that line, I could just go ahead and type in the distances, but the arc tool, hinge, endpoint, the temporary line, arc tool, hinge, now where this temporary line would go, and then the end of my door. I can get rid of that little mark now. I have those swings. Arc tool on the hinge, working counterclockwise, so then be the opening of the door, and then top of the door. Perfect. Arc tool from the hinge. This time I'm going to do the distance. I'm just going to type it in, 3 foot. Have enter. And then top of the door. Perfect. Arc tool. Endpoint. And then come down till we meet. Perfect. And then the swings up here. So 3 more times. Hinge, endpoint, top of the door. Remember, we're working in a counterclockwise motion. Hinge, opening, top of the door. And then finally, hinge, working again counterclockwise would be then the opening. And then top of the door. Perfect. Those are all of our swings. Now, in 12A double I, it also says that we need to go ahead and change. We have these on the door layers, which is where we want, But it says to change all of these swings. We have different signs, things. Okay, cool. So it says we want to set all of our swings to red. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab them. Let's see if I grab this one and this one. I'm just going to grab all these swings, so I'll do it all at once. Here we go. That should be all the swings for the doors. Oh, I've missed these two doors. We have to come back and get them. Change the color to red. So those are the swings. Let's get these two doors real quick. These doors are 2 foot 6 inches. So from the hinge. Oh, I didn't even draw the doors yet. Oh my gosh. Let's draw the doors. From the endpoint, coming out. 2 foot 6 inches. The other one from this endpoint, coming out 2 foot 6 inches. Perfect. Escape. And draw my arcs from the hinge, top of the door, which is the endpoint, opening, escape. Arc one more time from this corner. Oops. Try it again. I started grabbing that center line. I don't want to do that. There you go. Counterclockwise motion. Perfect. And these two arcs need to be red. Red. Escape. All right, so there we go. We have all of our doors with the swings in red. So we're good to go there. Now, let me go ahead and save this because that's all the doors. The final step 13, it is really giving you some basic information in the instructions here. And then for the most part, it is telling you you need to figure it out from the drawing. So let's see what it basically says here. We have deep base cabinets, which are 24 inches. We have 12-inch deep wall cabinets. We have to locate an island in the middle of our kitchen. Our kitchen's up in here. That will have 4-foot aisles around it and buffet alignment. All that information's on the drawing, and then it tells us what layers to put this on. So most of this we are pulling directly from the diagram. Let's go ahead and do this. So it says our base cabinets are 24 inches deep. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, make our lives easier. So I can offset 24 inches. And it looks like I want to offset. Actually, before I do this, let's get rid of this line real quick. Okay, good. It is offsetting the wall's exterior, and we'll just move it to the right one. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So we have our 24 inches. Offset first, second, third. These are like the base cabinets. There's one for the buffet, which is the same height out. So we can grab that, which also extends past that center line. So make sure we get both halves of that. Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and trim up here first. So I'm gonna grab the fillet tool, I think. Ooh, I like that. That looked good. Grab the fillet tool again. I like that. Now, it also says that we have 6 inches off of this door before these counters start. So let's go ahead and draw a line right here. That should work. And we can use the door one here also. We're going to offset these things 6 inches. When we offset them using the numbers, we know they're exactly where we want them to be. I can get rid of this little guideline here. And now I can trim this up. So I can trim here, 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 here. And it looks like my base cabinets are done. I do need to make sure that they are on the right layer. So I'm going to grab all these lines. And from the drop down, we're going to put all these on the cabinets layer. Perfect. All right, so that was my base cabinets. My wall cabinets are 12 inches deep. Okay, so grab our offset again. This time we're going to go 12 inches. Let's see here. Looking at this, looks like it's going to end up being a dotted line, but 12 inches that way. 12 inches this way. 12 inches that way. And then it shows us that it's 4 inches off of this line is how far up this goes. So I'm going to have to draw a quick guideline again. So grab my line tool, right off the edge of this window. I'm going to need another one off the edge of this window. We're going to offset these things. It says 4 inches. So offset is 4 inches. Bring that one in. Bring that one that way. And then I start trimming up so it looks like the picture. So I get rid of my temporary lines first. They can go away. I can get rid of this line right here because apparently we need to have a big gap right there. Oh my gosh, I did this one in the wrong spot, didn't I? Let's get rid of that one real quick. Let's redo it over here. Line. Thank you. Based off of this edge. Now I want to offset that. 4 inches. Very good. Offset there. And then get rid of that line. Okay, so back to trimming. Get rid of this one. Get rid of these. That all looks good. That looks good. And get rid of them. And that gets me my upper cabinets. Okay, and then I have a 4-foot aisle coming across here. So let's go ahead and just do an offset again. This time we're doing it for 4 foot. Offset this line 4 foot. Offset this line 4 foot. Offset this line 4 foot. And it kind of looks like this cabinet is square. So what I can do is check this out. First thing I want to do is trim this thing down a little bit. I know I only have 3 sides to my island. Let's go ahead and trim this down. Now, if our island is square, then I just need to get the measurement of this line right here. So I'm going to grab under my utilities, I'm going to grab this measure. And I'm going to click on it. Maybe. Oh, there we go. It shows that it's 6 feet in diameter, or in length. The other way I can do is I can dimension this thing, grab this line, come up, and then I just have to really zoom in. 72 inches, which again is 6 feet. So it looks like our island is 6 feet. Let me get rid of that dimension. So if our island is 6 feet, I can get rid of this line now. I can get rid of this line. Knowing that they're all 6 feet, I'll just come off this corner part, down 6 feet, tab, enter, off 6 feet, tab, enter, and close up my island. Perfect. And then we just go ahead and we modify our properties and we assign things to the correct layer. All base cabinets, island, and or go to the cabinet layer. So all of you, and you, and you, and you, and you, you, and you. So all of you should be on the cabinet layer. Okay. All wall cabinets, which are these upper ones, they're going to the cabinet layer, but they're going to be green and hidden lines. So I'm going to grab this upper one here, grab these as well. These go to my cabinet layer as well, but it says to change the color once again to green. There we go. And changing the line type to hidden. Press escape. And we have our drawing done. So we have our island, we have our cabinets, we have our base cabinet. Everything is done. Let's go ahead and save it. And this is what your drawing should look like for the interior features. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I just look forward to seeing you in class. Have a great night.